We want to welcome everyone today to the Blount County Beer Board meeting. Please give your attention to the emergency evacuation procedures.
Before we get started, let me read the emergency evacuation procedures. In the event of an emergency evacuation, an alarm will sound near a stairwell in a safe and effective manner. If the nearest stairwell is blocked by smoke, use the other stairwell. Do not use the elevator. Once you've reached the main floor, follow the exit signs to exit the building and quickly proceed away from the building. Please be mindful of others evacuating and of emergency vehicles.
This meeting was planned on Wednesday. What was in the newspaper on Wednesday, September the 30th, is when the announcement went out. So that was the public notice. Mr. Clerk, roll call, please.
Archer. Here. Carver.
Here.
Caskey. Here. Carter.
Here.
Daly. Here. Farmer.
Here.
French. Melton.
Here.
Samples.
Here.
Okay, let's see. You've got 8 present and 1 absent. You have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Next item of business is the agenda item B. The election of the Beer Board Chair. The floor is now open for nominations.
I nominate Commissioner Ron French, and he has said that he will serve again.
Second.
The nomination has been moved and second. The chair will stand for a I said the nominations have been seconded.
Did you call for a motion to nomination cease?
I call for a motion for nomination to cease.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Archer second. Archer seconded.
Who's
Archer
first?
did. So
Yes, seconded by Archer.
let's take a vote. Voice vote.
Let's take a voice vote. And let me tell you what, too. This is the first time I've chaired this meeting, so just kind of work with me.
Let's call for the ayes.
So we want to call for the ayes and nays.
All in favor say aye.
All in favor say aye. Nay. All opposed, nay. Ayes carried. So right here.
Okay, next item. Vice Chair.
Now we do the nomination for the vice chair. No, I thought we did. Ah,
Okay, yeah, take a motion to elect,
so we'll take a motion to elect the chair,
Mr. French.
which is Mr. French. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. Now we'll have elections for the vice chairman.
And since he's fallen into it tonight, I'll nominate Commissioner Carter. Second.
Who was the second? Samples?
Two people did.
Any other nominations?
Any other nominations?
Move nomination cease, and we elect by acclamation.
The
We
chair-
can't elect by acclamation, but we can have the nomination cease.
So we'll have the nomination cease. The chair will stand for the nominations.
You
To
need-
cease.
You need a second. To Samples' motion.
Oh, we need a second. Who was that?
Caskey. All in favor, say
All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Ayes carried.
Take a vote on vice chairman.
Now we'll take a vote on vice chairman. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Ayes carried.
That's the next page.
Yes. The next item of business is we'll set the agenda. The chair will stand for a motion to set the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, can I be heard before you do that, please?
Absolutely. Chair calls the attorney, Craig Garrett.
Mr. Chairman, I would, as a matter of housekeeping, would like to add a matter to the agenda. The last meeting, we approved a temporary permit for the Titletown LLC doing business as a Luke Bryan Farm Tour concert for the temporary permit for the concert, which was canceled due to weather. And I would like to add that to agenda just to modify that temporary permit from its original date of October the 2nd to October the 12th. If we can add that to our agenda today, if we could get a motion to do that and take up that matter of housekeeping. Probably isn't necessary, but just out of abundance of precaution, I think it's better for us to do that and just add the correct date since it was canceled due to weather.
Mr. Chairman, I will make that motion.
And I'll second.
The motion to move it from October the 2nd to October the 12th has been seconded, has been called and seconded. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it.
Okay, now you'll set the agenda. You modified the agenda, so now you'll set it.
Now we was,
Approve the agenda with that change, that addition. We just approved the addition, we didn't approve the agenda.
Right.
so now we'll set the agenda, correct?
This is the agenda with the addition.
So now we'll set the agenda with the addition.
Okay,
Do
do we have a second?
we have a second? Discussion? Are the members ready to vote? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. The agenda is set. Next item of business is the action of the minutes, September 8th, 2105 meeting. The chair will stand for the motion to approve the minutes of September 8th, 2105. Motion by Mr. Melton. Seconded by Commissioner Caskey. Discussion? Are the members ready to vote? All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Agenda F, public input on items items on the agenda. Seeing none, we'll move on. There's no unfinished business under G.
Chairman, could we take up the change in the date under unfinished business?
Absolutely.
Changing the date?
This one.
Make a motion that we change the temporary permit date
We've already done that.
12 for the Luke Bryan concert.
I thought it was my understanding that we already did that in the, we added to it, but we have not. So the motion is that we change the date. Is there a second? The motion has been moved and seconded. If you're in agreement, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Now, agenda item F, public input on items on the agenda. No, now we're past that. So this item's not on the agenda. Next is business is item H1 and H2. The chair recognizes Mr. Garrett for the purposes of holding the public hearings.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have two hearings for revocation of beer permits this evening that was set at the last beer board meeting that deal with two businesses that failed to pay their privilege tax. I'll ask if we'll take up the item one is the hearing on the revocation of Bays Mountain Inc. Is there any representative here from Bays Mountain to give evidence in this revocation hearing? Members of the board, pursuant to your instruction at the last meeting, I drafted and filed a permission to revoke that permit for the failure of Bays Mountain to pay their annual privilege tax, which is required by TCA 55-5104. Mr. Crawford has made the board aware that they failed to pay that tax by January 31st as required by law, that he sent them subsequent notice on May 27th, 2015 as required. They still failed to pay, and we have given them written notice of this revocation hearing, and I furnished that to them by registered mail on the 16th of September. Pursuant to our ordinance, the burden is on the permit holder to be here and defend that permit, and so I think it is proper at this time to entertain a motion to revoke the beer permit of Bays Mountain Inc. for failure to pay their annual privilege tax.
Motion by Commissioner Carver, second by Farmer. The motion is to revoke the license. Are the members ready for the question? We'll have a roll call.
Archer? Carver? Yes. Gasky? Yes. Carter?
Yes.
Daly? Yes. Farmer?
Yes.
Melton? Yes. Samples? Yes. You have 8 yeses.
We have 8 yeses. It is revoked.
All right, Mr. Chairman, we also have for public hearing revocation on another business, Corner Smoke Shop. Is there any representative here from the Corner Smoke Shop? Ladies and gentlemen of the board, I will say that we have the same situation with this entity. They failed to pay Mr. Crawford has made us aware they failed to pay their privilege tax by January 31st as required. They also were sent notice on May 27th, 2015. Failed to pay. They were given proper notice, which I sent to them by certified mail on September 16th. The burden is on them to appear and show proof why their permit should not be revoked. They have not done so. I think that matter is also ripe for a motion to revoke the beer permit of the Corner Smoke Shop for failure to pay their annual privilege tax.
Motion was by Commissioner Samples, second by Commissioner Carter. Discussion. Are the members ready for the question? Roll call.
Archer? Yes. Carver? Yes. Gasky? Yes. Carter?
Yes.
Daly? Yes. Farmer?
Yes.
Melton? Yes. Samples? Yes. You have 8 yeses.
8 yeses. It is revoked. If there's no other business,
Mr. Chairman, I do have one thing, Mr. Chairman. We had a person come in today that would like to get a beer license. It's for a business that's already established. They would like to go into business in December. So if we could have a meeting later on this month to set the public hearing, and then perhaps a public hearing in November, that would be great. So if we could set a date tonight for the first hearing.
What day would be good? And how would we do that?
Well, somebody just needs to make a motion to hold it,
First, you make a motion to hold a public hearing,
to hold the first reading.
the first reading.
And we might ask Rhonda what day it would be.
Yes, Ms. Rhonda, what day would be the best date for this?
Yeah, we need a meeting toward the end of the month.
Got to have a 10-day notice in, right?
Right.
Right.
Get it published in 10 days, so it'll have to be the latter part of the month.
Is that good?
It's either the 19th or the 29th. I would recommend the 29th.
So,
Gives us a little more time.
so you just have to motion for the block grant.
Yeah, just ask the body which one you want.
So, is there a particular day that the commission would like to have? Is the 29th fine with everybody?
It's 6 p.m.
October 29th at 6 o'clock?
Somebody needs to make a motion on that.
So I need a motion on that.
So moved.
So it's been moved and seconded. Motion approved. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion is approved. Now, if there's no other business, I declare this meeting adjourned.